Well, Coach, I just want to start first with I thought the turning point of the game was LJ Figueroa misses a three and then follows it with a big slam. And after that, you guys outscored him 32-15. Just how big was that turning point and LJ's energy for you guys?
Well, without a doubt, very significant. And LJ with those 12 rebounds, I think about 8-minute mark, we had a timeout. And I told him, fellas, we're down 5 on the boards, which we had been down on the boards the whole night. And we got that turned around, the last 6-7 minutes of the game and end up actually winning the rebounding margin by 1. So no doubt a big play. We kind of got a rhythm going there. The ball was moving a little better. We made some really nice plays for threes. So I thought we did some good things after that, right? And that energy from a big time play like that, whether it's no matter what sport, somebody makes a big play and gets everybody energized. It's where the crowd, if we'd had a crowd, they would have gone crazy, and you get on a roll with those types of plays.
How about Chris Duarte, too, Coach? Again, just really impressive. I think a big reason you guys were able to pull away 23 points from Chris. And how about 4 steals, couple of blocks, too?
No, he gave us some good minutes. He's got to really work on his ball handling. I think he can really become a better playmaker. As I look, he didn't have any assists, and I just think he can become a better playmaker, when he drives and making plays for guys. So I want him to work on his ball handling some. With Will Richardson not in there, our guys have got to handle the ball. Chris has not been expected to handle the ball much. Eric Williams, LJ, those guys all got to become better ball handlers for us to handle pressure.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win. Thanks for taking the time, and we'll catch up with you out there in Boulder.
All righty.
All right, we'll open it up to questions from the rest of the media. Matt Preem, 247 Sports.
Yeah, Dana, what can you say about Chris's maturation as a go-to player down the stretch? This is 2 straight games in a row where he's played really good in clutch minutes in critical moments of this game.
No, it's what you expect your seniors to do. I thought Eugene played well down the stretch. I thought Chris played well. LJ gave us great minutes defensively down the stretch, but that's what you hope for. Guys to trust each other, make plays for each other, and we had 10 assists in the second half, and we went 10 for 19 from 3 because we took better threes. We had some good ones in the first half, but when I don't know they're going to take a 3. The rest of the guys don't know they're going to take a 3. And then we got no chance for an offensive rebound. It's not a rhythm 3. So, 33 is probably on the high end. But if you take away the 4 or 5 that I didn't like, we would have had a pretty good night from 3.
Chris Hansen, register guard.
Yeah, I'm off mute this time. Hey, Danny, you've talked about the threes, but how important was that to getting you guys back into the game? I think at some point you were maybe 3 for 17, 18, and then you hit like 10 of 15, 10 of 16 in the second half.
Well, it was big. Like I said, we were 10 for 19, and you're right. We missed some really good looks to start the half that didn't go down. So, I keep telling them if they're good ones, we're going to take them. We got to make the right basketball play. Stanford is a team, when you drive it, they all collapse. With their size, they've been taught that. They don't let you get to the rim. They all collapse. Jared played for Roy Williams. If you watch North Carolina, they're going to do the same thing every time. You drive that ball, they're all coming, active hands, trying to get hands on the ball, making you forced to kick out to shooters. And if you guy who, they go by percentages. If you got guys that don't shoot it really good, they come all the way in and they tack the dribbler all the way. So we knew they were going to come in. I figured we would take a lot of threes. I didn't anticipate 33, but I thought we would take a lot of threes because that's kind of what they give you when you penetrate.
Jerry Thompson, Ducks Illustrated.
Congratulations, Coach. I was going to talk about, you got some scoop shots driving the hoop, but every time you tried a shot, near the basket, they rejected them. So is that a concern for the future, where you're going to have to move it outside, like you said, after you get inside?
Well, Jerry, that's kind of my point. They're taught when somebody drives that basket, they're all coming. And so, like I think it was the second play of the first half, we drove it, and Eric caught it underneath. I mean, there were 4 guys there. Eugene got one block. There were guys there. Amari took a tough one over 2 guys. That's why we took so many threes, because they really clogged, and they got good size. They started a big lineup, so they got 2 6'9" guys out there. Their wings are 6'7", 6'8". So they're a big basketball team, a long basketball team, and they do a great job of protecting the basket. Ken Palm has them 8th defensively. Okay, they're supposed to be the 8th best defensive team in the country, and now they've played Alabama, North Carolina, Indiana, Arizona. They've had 4 pretty tough opponents, and they went 2-2 against those opponents. So we knew we were going to have a tough game. And, like I said, being 8th in Ken Palm, we knew what to expect from them defensively. And, they do a good job of protecting that basket and making you hit some shots.
Chris Hansen?
Yeah, during this 8-game win streak, Dana, what have you liked the most about how your team has been playing, and what do you really think you guys still need to get better at?
Well, the get better part's easy. We've got to get better in every facet of the game, Chris. And it is January 2nd. And there is no one phase of the game, that any of our players or our coaching staff is comfortable with. And, unless you got everybody coming back from the previous year, that's probably always going to be the case. But we've got a lot of new faces. I didn't like a lot of our offensive possessions tonight. I thought we weren't executing. We weren't in the proper spots. Our spacing, knees weren't bent, ready to make a play. We just looked out of rhythm a lot. Now, they had something to do with that, but a lot of it was on us. And so offensively, our execution's got to improve. Our physicality on the boards has to improve. I like the fact that in the last 2 games, Chris, our defense in the second half has been better than it was in the first half. And that hasn't been traditionally the case with our teams. Whether it's us screaming at them on our end to play harder or what, the second half, we've usually had a little trouble guarding. But the last 2 games, our defense has been better in the second half than it has been in the first half. And so I'm very pleased with that, Chris, that our guys are getting together and defending in that second half. Our presses are making progress. Our activity in the presses are getting better. LJ's got a big part of that, man. He's active on the front of that press and expends a lot of energy, trying to give us something. So there are a lot of good things, but every facet of the game, that's the thing that excites me. We can get so much better. We can get so much better. We got Luke Ward that we can use on the front end of a press for 4 or 5 minutes here and there. We got Big Frank that we're trying to get ready to give us some minutes. At some point in time, we're going to get Will Richardson back. I know we got a lot of room we can grow, and we got to take each week and get better. We got January and February to really get better. But the thing that excites me is I think this team can grow into so much more. I think we're just scratching the surface of what we can do. LJ, Eric, Eugene, those guys are tough guys. We can build off their energy. And, Amari, 7 assists, 1 turnover. If he takes pride in running the show and making plays for guys, and, run the show, man, 7 assists, 1 turnover, that's a great night. And so, again, there's so much more this team can grow into. That excites me. And we just got to keep getting better. We got to keep getting better week by week, day by day. We got to get better, and we got a tough one coming. You know, we haven't won at Colorado. You know, we got to go there and win a game one of these years. You know, it's the one spot that there have been a lot of spots that have been a pain in our rear, but that's been the biggest one. So we're going to have to go and figure out a way one of these times.
Matt Preem.
Yeah, this game felt like a heavyweight battle between two of the league's better teams. A game you didn't play very well, you said, shooting the ball early. How valuable is this experience for the rest of the year to be able to fight through this shooting performance against a really good defensive team like that?
Well, at halftime, you know, there's a couple of timeouts. We came in, you know, our heads are down because we weren't shooting it good. And I said, fellas, you know, remember the first day of practice. I told you, if we play 30 games this year, there are going to be 10 games we shoot it great, 10 games we shoot it average, 10 games we don't shoot it at all. It's how we respond on those nights we don't shoot it well. You know, and if you're going to be an elite team, if you're going to be a good team, you better hook it up on those nights you don't shoot it well. And if you're going to be a good player and you have aspirations of going on and playing, you're not going to shoot it well every night. So you better learn to play when the ball's not going your way. And, you know, I think the guys recognize that, but we got a lot of new guys. The old guys have heard me say it. You know, I pointed at Will Richardson sitting in the locker room and said, now, how many times have you heard me say that in the last 3 years? About 10, 10, and 10. You know, and he just started laughing, you know, every year, coach. And I said, fellas, it doesn't change. I mean, you know, there's games you're not going to shoot it well. No team in the country is going to shoot it well every night. And on those nights you don't shoot it, you better hook it up. And, you know, I thought they did a good job. And then when the shots start going, you know, everybody gets energized when the shots start going. But I thought we did a good job of hanging in there until they did start to fall.
Gary.
Yeah, Coach, I thought Eugene really got in the zone there, not just offensively, but defensively. I guess he's always pretty intense, but could you comment on that? He wanted the ball from the three, and he was just pumping up the team and really outwardly expressing his enthusiasm pretty well, I thought.
Eugene's a great competitor, and you know, he came here. He wanted to get healthy first of all, and then he wanted to expand his game. And you know, I told him as long as he works on the perimeter, works on his game, that I'd let him play there. And you know, so he's earned, you know, everything he's got since he's been here, and he does play hard. You know, he wasn't as effective tonight because of all the double teams. And I told him going into the game, they are going to double team you every time you catch it on the block. You just went 10 for 11 in a game against California. You know, they're not going to let you just catch it in there and they're going to double you. And so, you know, I thought he did a good job of trying to make plays for guys and make the right basketball play. And then when he had his opportunities to pick and pop, he had pretty good looks, and he goes 3 for 6, which we'll take on any night. You know, that's 9 points on 6 shots. You know, that's pretty good efficiency.
Coach, it looks like that's all we have for you. Appreciate your time. Congrats on the win.
All righty. Thank you.